Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here, and thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to give you a super beginner approach to how to tune your guitar. Because basically, if you want to learn guitar, it doesn't matter how good you are right off the bat. If your guitar's not in tune, it's not going to sound right, and you're going to get discouraged. So I'm just going to give you, the basic rundown of tuning your guitar. As you saw in the beginning there, I kind of detuned it. I'll do it a little more. All right, so we've got the guitar here. One thing I'd like to say is having a friend that plays guitar already to kind of help guide you along, besides YouTube videos and all that, is really helpful. And also, some people have better just natural ears than others, so those are things to take into account. But the first thing we want to be able to do is just memorize what the strings are on the guitar. And there's a fun little saying that I didn't come up with. It's been around, but the saying helps you remember what the strings are, and it's Eddie 8 Dynamite good by Eddie. Eddie 8 Dynamite good by Eddie. So E, A, D, G, B, and E again. So this is a high version of E, and this is a low version of E, but they're both E. So Eddie 8 Dynamite, goodbye Eddie. That's the first thing we want to be able to do. The next thing we want to be able to do is look over here at the guitar, and we've got these things here, which are called tuners. Tuners. Maybe we tune the guitar with the tuners, right? And so what happens is with these tuners, you pluck a string, hopefully with a pick. If not with a pick, then with your finger. And when you move them around, you can hear the pitch get lower. You can turn it the other way and tighten it, and you hear the pitch get higher. And we want that to become a perfect E note from the saying, Eddie 8 Dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So we want to be able to do that. And the way right now, I've got one of these little clip-on tuners, which I'm putting on the headstock. It reads the vibration off the guitar and then tells me what note it is or what note it's close to. And different tuners kind of read different ways, but typically you have a needle that's feeling the vibration, and you're trying, like for instance this one, if we're trying to get it to an E note, maybe it's a little too low. As I tighten it, you'll see the needle go up, and we try and get the needle right into the middle to where it lines up with the E note. Now, if it's showing a D, or a D with a little number sign, or even like a C, or a C with a number sign, or if it's an F, that means it's actually closer to the next following note. So if it's like an F, or an F with a number sign, meaning what's called F sharp, means we got to lower it. If it's a D or a C that's showing up when we hit this note, that means we got to bring it up until we see the E letter, and then we line that needle up into the center. Now, the other thing is, if you don't have a clip-on tuner, there's amazing resources now, more than ever. For instance, I don't have my phone on me, but there's even free apps on your phone where you just put it right on your lap, and you play the note, and the note will ring out and read right on your phone, and you can tune it right that way. And I use that all the time as well as the clip-on tuner, which I find the clip-on tuner is really convenient because if you have an electric guitar, for instance, there's tuners that you would like plug the electric guitar into. With a clip-on tuner, it's going to work on electric, acoustic, whatever. They're around $20, and I think they're awesome. So I'm going to start tuning my guitar. I made it out of tune a bit. The other thing is, since there's tension on the strings, the idea to keep the guitar in tune, for instance, this E note, if I want to bring it up to the note. Now, if it gets too high and I've got to lower the note, I want to lower it below the in tune note and then bring it up to the tuned note, because that makes the tension on the string stay a little better than just loosening it to stay in tune. We don't want to do that. But anyway, like I said, having a friend really helps as well. So here, I'm going to pluck this note, and it's saying a D a little bit farther past a D. So it's lower than an E note. So I got to bring it up, and I'm going to follow this little needle. So right now it says D, and I bring it up. Now it's saying D with the number sign, which is called sharp. We don't have to worry about that yet. This is a beginner thing here. Now it's E, but the needle is not up to the middle. So I have to keep going up until I see that needle hit right in the middle. So here I go. It's almost there. All right, now it says E, and the needle is dead center. And there you have it. So the next note, remember I said Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So the next note needs to be an A. And right now it's still at A, but it's actually past A, meaning it's higher than it needs to be. So I have to lower it. But what I want to do is instead of lowering it to the center of the needle of the tuner, I'm going to lower it below and then tune it up to the center. So here I go. Here's an A. And now it's below, the needle has gone below A. And now I'm going to bring it up until the needle hits center on A. And it's pretty sensitive. And there you have it, perfectly in tune A. So now I have E for Eddie and A for 8. Eddie ate dynamite. So now I'm going to hit this next string. I'm going to look, and it's showing a D, but it's below. The needle is a lower pitch than it needs to be. So I have to bring it up to the center of the needle. Slightly turn this tuner. And if the needle goes too far, like I'm going to do on purpose right now, if the needle goes too far, then I'm going to bring it back down and even lower than the note needs to be, and then bring it back up. So Eddie ate dynamite. These are all in tune. Now we need good. So Eddie ate dynamite, good. So I'm going to hit this G string here. And it's actually still in tune from before. So what I'm going to do is lower it. Way lower it. So now it's showing me that it's an F, which is way lower. So I have to bring it up. And first it'll show F with the number sign or the hashtag, which means F sharp. And I have to keep going. And now it's showing G, but not, the pitch isn't high enough. The needle is low. So I got to keep going nice and slow until that needle hits the middle. So there it is. Now if you get good enough at guitar, you can actually hear a pitch and then tune your string up to that pitch with your ear. I don't expect everyone to be able to do that. But eventually the more you play, the more you start to recognize those pitches. So now we have B for goodbye. So I just brought it, the needle hit up to B, and I am in tune. So then the final string is Eddie again. So Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So here's Eddie. And it's the pitch is too low, so I gotta bring the pitch up. And now the needle is in the middle. Now once you've tuned all the strings, there's now more tension on the neck. So typically what you'd want to do is tune all the strings and then go back to this first string again and fine tune it. So I typically will go through them all. And then what I would do is play a chord, which you may or may not know yet. This could be the first thing you're looking at. That's okay. There's going to be links to nice beginner lessons for you from this video. But now I'll play a chord and hear what it sounds like. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. And your guitar's in tune. So good luck with that. And like I said, a friend is very helpful. Back before the internet and all that, I was playing guitar in the olden days, long ago, and I knew a couple chords, but I didn't have any musical ability. So I had a few friends that played guitar really well, and I would say, "Hey man, can you tune this for me?" And that's how we used to do it in the olden days. Now there's technology everywhere, your phone, the tuners, all that. So Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. Good luck. And check out the links for some great beginner lessons to get you going. Thanks for hanging out, and hope it helped. And I also hope to see you in some other lessons here real soon. So see you later. Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here, and this is going to be considered your very first guitar lesson. So this is what I have. I've taught guitar for a very long time, even before the internet. I know the dark ages. I was even teaching back then, and I figured out a way that I wish a teacher would have taught me my first lesson. And so, for my own desires, now I'm going to be passing that on to you.